Hi, my name is Zenja Seitzinger and I am a sophomore studying geology at SUNY Geneseo. This past summer I participated in a research opportunity for community college students hosted by the University of Texas at El Paso and funded by the NSF. The title of my project is called Geophysical Analysis of the Three Sisters Outcrop in El Paso, Texas. The geology of the El Paso area consists of Cretaceous age strata intruded with bodies of Eocene-aged andesite, which resulted from the compressional stresses associated with the formation of the Franklin Mountains during the Laramide orogeny 60 to 70 million years ago. The Three Sister Hills are an example of an Eocene-aged intrusion, and they are found commonly in this area. The purpose of my research was to gain an understanding of the underlying rock composition of the Three Sisters outcrop through geophysical means. I incorporated methods of magnetic and conductivity surveying, along with in-lab mineralogic analysis of andesite samples gathered among the hills. I hypothesized that the observed changes in the magnetic field could be due to mineralogic changes within the andesite, variations in the thickness of the andesite intrusion, or finally that there could be a completely different rock unit incorrectly mapped as andesite. To collect my data, lines of 100 meters were measured out, and using a proton per session magnetometer, readings were taken at every meter mark. Data was collected on 7 lines, 3 of which were from previous work done in the area by students participating in the same REU last summer, and 4 were performed this summer by me and my team. In total, the North Hill was surveyed with 4 lines, and the Middle Hill was surveyed with 3 lines. The data collected was plotted in Excel and corrected for magnetic drifts so that the graphs could be analyzed for variances and magnetic readings, and so that I might be able to see the contact between the magnetite-bearing andesite and non-magnetic Cretaceous strata. Along the same 4 lines that I surveyed, conductivity readings were collected at every 5 meter mark to compare against the magnetics data. The conductivity graphs complemented the magnetics graphs and reassured that the data collected could be assumed to be accurate. 4 rock samples were collected from what I assumed to be andesite outcrops on the hills, 2 samples from the North Hill and 1 sample each from the Middle and South Hills. The rocks were cut and made into thin sections so that I could analyze the mineralogy with a petrographic microscope for possible magnetic-bearing mineral variances. After analyzing the mineralogy of the andesite samples, I could conclude only the percentage of opaque minerals, which would include magnetite, in respect to the entirety of the mineralogic compositions. Further magnetic analysis of the andesite samples could be studied to better understand their compositional properties and how that might coincide with the field work from which the samples were collected from. The results of my data revealed that none of the data I collected had a magnetic signature great enough to be influenced by an andesite outcrop. This leads me to draw the conclusion that the andesite intrusion of the North Hill is less extensive than previously assumed to be. Relative magnetic lows correspond to thick beds of shale overlying a thinner part of the andesite body, while relative high magnetic highs correspond to thicker parts of the andesite body, overlain with less non-magnetic material. The fluctuating magnetic readings collected starting from the base of the North Hill and traveling up the north direction are most likely due to results of variances in thickness of the andesitic intrusion. Thank you.